You don't have to be Steven Spielberg or Cecil B. DeMille to understand that when making a major production, you need stars. Stars make the show. So when the AGTOA set out to produce this gala presentation, we didn't mess around. First, we needed the top Greyhounds from many of America's greatest tracks to sign on as the marquee attraction. These magnificent athletes, with their blazing speed, unyielding determination, and flair for accomplishing incredible consistency and success, justifies their top billing. Tonight, at Tracks Coast to Coast, we'll have plenty of stars and starlets. And finally, the missing final ingredient was the most important of all, America's Greyhound racing fans. You too can shine this evening with the most exciting night for Greyhound racing ever. Tonight with national wagering pools, superfectas on every race, 4 jackpot bets, and an incredible $1 million Pick 8, everything is in place for a cosmic explosion of action. Perhaps it's your night to hit the big one. The cast and crew are all set. It's lights, camera, action for Greyhound Racing's greatest event ever. Live from New York and 11 Greyhound tracks coast to coast, Hooters Restaurant presents the $1 million Greyhound Night of Stars.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the biggest night ever for Greyhound racing and adoption. We're live in New York City, and from 11 of America's best tracks, it's the $1 million Greyhound Night of Stars. I'm Kip Kiefer. I'll be your host and tour guide, if you will, for tonight's event. As we start on the wintry East Coast, breeze on down for an extended stay in the Sunshine State, mosey on out to Texas, stop off in the heart of Dixie, steam up the Mississippi to Arkansas, visit America's Dairyland, and finally conclude in the Desert Night. Working with me tonight, our Night of Stars expert analysts. We've got Kenny Wright from the Jacksonville Racing Circuit and Frank Ashman in from Wonderland Park. Kenny, 11 races from 11 different tracks. Tell us a little bit about what we'll see tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kip, the most exciting night in the history of Greyhound racing is going to take place for you. The top Greyhounds from the best tracks in the country, a series of 5 16th mile races, plus one added addition, a 9 16th mile super marathon, something a lot of people may have never seen before. We got plenty of wagering for you, 2 twin tries, 2 tri-supers, and 1 Pick 8 that could make a single person a millionaire tonight. Plus analysis on each race, and hopefully make the racing fans some cash tonight.
Like a few kids in a candy store with all this wagering action, but there's so much and there's so much happening and so many factors come into play. Have fun. Keep it simple. Early speed and post position are the key. Stick with that and you'll do well.
Let's run down the sponsor billboard, if you will, to tell you who our event tonight is brought to you by. The big sponsor, of course, Hooters of America, who's been there every step of the way with us on the Greyhound Night of Stars. Their services have just been invaluable so far. And the Hooters Community Endowment Fund, which is contributing a major contribution tonight later on in the 8th race. East West Printing, they've handled all of our apparel needs on tonight's event. We're going to be seeing several of those items tonight, modeled live by some Hooters girls and our adoption spokesperson. International Game Technology, all mobile video, providing the resources for tonight's show to come to you from here in New York. American Teletimer Corporation, Comdata, Leeburg UDC ATM Machines is a sponsor tonight, along with the National Greyhound Association, Redlands Insurance, Sullivan Brothers Printing, who has supplied all those beautiful program covers you're looking at tonight, Amtote International, Ballard Covert, an advertising agency down in Birmingham, International Sound Corporation, K&K Insurance, Sportview Television, Track Data Systems Corporation, United Tote, and also helping out with our programs, Quill Productions and PCE Printing. We'd like to give a hearty thank you to all of these sponsors. We'll be talking more about many of them as the night continues. All right, our first stop tonight is Rhode Island. There's plenty of excitement these days at Lincoln Park. Let's take a look at Rhode Island's
Lincoln Park, Rhode Island, located just minutes north of Providence. Video slots, live racing, simulcasting, fine food, and a whole lot of fun. Over 1,200 video slot machines are located in 3 dedicated gaming areas, open every day at 10 a.m. Greyhounds have been racing around the Lincoln Oval since 1977. Now, boosted by revenue from video slots and simulcasting, Lincoln Park's Greyhound purses are among the highest in the nation. Lincoln conducts year-round live Greyhound racing. Whether it's win, place, or show, or some of the more exotic wagers, Lincoln's Greyhounds are a good bet. Lincoln Park also imports some of the nation's finest Greyhound and Thoroughbred racing. The $1 million Greyhound Night of Stars, Triple Crown action, and the Breeders' Cup Championship. Lincoln is your source for Greyhound racing and simulcasting. We're proud to boast of a 100% placement rate for our retired Greyhound racers. A clean Martin adoption kennel is housed right on racetrack grounds. Greyhounds love kids, and as you can see, the opposite is true as well. It's easy to adopt a Greyhound. Just contact us here at Lincoln Park. Before you know it, you'll have a partner who thrives on attention and human companionship. Our retirees donate some of their time to community service. At least twice each week, we pack them up and roll them out to area nursing homes, hospitals, and schools. Greyhounds are just the right height and temperament for these seniors to pet and enjoy. Lincoln Greyhound Adoption and Pet Therapy is a nonprofit program.
Well, break out the skis. Snow, snow, and more snow, and that's typical New England. But you know something? It's a great effect that you guys don't have down in Alabama and Florida. So one up on you, and you'll get to see some snow tonight as well. But you know, Katie, I really don't think it has any effect at handicapping. In fact, I think it gives you an advantage because there's some greyhounds you know can handle it. The track does get sloppy. Some greyhounds you can throw out, and some greyhounds that you may have seen run in the past or earlier before, you know they can handle it, but it doesn't show up in their previous 5-6 starts. I think it's an advantage.
Well, I think it is, too, to know the greyhounds you're looking at, check those greyhounds out, see what they can do. But in the bad elements, keep the basic elements in mind: speed, post position, and class. Obviously, this is a grade A race, so all the classes there. Speed and post position, things you always got to look at. Keep it basic. With the elements being this way, I think this is the best way to go.
All right, we've got a signal now. We've had a little technical problem, but we do have the signal from Lincoln Park. Let's go out to Lincoln for the post parade.
Post parade. Number 1 is Okie Kale, who checks in at 71 pounds. Okie Kale is trained by Richard Calabro for the DQ Williams Kennel. Wearing the number 2 blanket is Little League from the Pat Dalton Kennel. Little League is trained by David O'Keefe. The Greyhound goes to post at 69 1/2 pounds tonight. Breaking from post number 3 will be Jams Marcia B. She weighs 55 1/2 pounds and is trained by Doug McKenna for the Eagle Kennel. Number 4 is Abenaki Wump, who will race at 81 1/2 pounds this evening. Abenaki Wump competes for the Battle Kennel and is trained by Dan Contillo. Post number 5 belongs to Tommy Quick. He's trained by Ted Chotain for the Canal Kennel. Tommy Quick weighs 76 pounds. In post number 6, our pacer from the Regal Sports Kennel. The trainer is Carlos Barboza. Our pacer tips the scales at 74 pounds tonight. Dr. Sheila is wearing blanket number 7. Dr. Sheila weighs 58 pounds and is trained by Gerard Ryan for the Kerry Hills Kennel. On the outside, wearing 59 pounds, is Flying Winfield. She races for EP's Kennel. Flying Winfield is trained by Steve Hannell.
All right, fellas, it's time to go out to the track now. Lincoln Greyhound Park, the opening stop for the Greyhound Night of Stars. Let's go to track announcer Norm Duration.
And they're off. The 3, Jams Marcia B takes the lead at the break. 1 with 6, 8, 2 with the 5, 7, 4. Into the first turn they go. 1 and 3 are matching stride. 6 a length back, 8 on the outside. 2, 5, 4, then 7 down the backstretch. The 1 Okie Kale has the lead by about a length. 3, 6 with the 8, 2, 5, 4, then 7. Into the far turn. Still the 1 Okie Kale in front by about 2 lengths. The 8 Flying Winfield running second. They turn for home. 1, 8, 2, 6, 4, 7, 5, 3 at the finish. The 1 in front.
1-2-8, the unofficial results. Fellas, any surprises there?
Well, first I just want to say our pacer. I mean, this Greyhound was in it each and every step of the way. Went under when he should have went over. Went over when he should have went under. Greyhound made several bad decisions. As we take a look at the replay, you'll see Jams Marcia B take the lead, and there's our pacer dropping in second. Kenny, you got a break here. This is a gift right here at that first turn.
Jams Marsha B did something she did all the time at Jacksonville. When she'd get down to the first turn, she'd slow down a little bit, and that allowed the one to get through there. I cannot believe that's the way this Greyhound gets home. Now watch her at the far turn. The 4 and the 5 get in trouble. The 3 gets kicked back, and the 4 and the 5 both off stride there. I'll tell you what, this 8 ran a good race here to hang around Flying Winfield. 1, 2, 8, and the 6 runs 4th. So that means both of the big closers missed the board in the first race. The 4 and 5 both not in there in race number 1.
It's all official at Lincoln Park for the first race here on the Night of Stars. Number 1, Okie Kale's your winner. He pays, well, we had the payoff, but now we've gone to the Quinella boards. We'll get those payoffs for you in just a minute. Second, officially, number 2, Little League. And the third place finisher in the race is number 8, Flying Winfield. We'll have those prices for you in just a moment. There's Okie Kale moving into the area for the award ceremony. And as you can see, the Hooters girls are on hand, along with Dan Bucci from Lincoln Park, to honor the winner, Okie Kale, in the first race tonight from the DQ Williams Kennel. Prices coming up on the screen. $620, $380, $280 for the winner, Okie Kale. Second, Little League, look at that, $20.60 to place, $580 to show. And the 8, Flying Winfield, $320. Your superfecta numbers, 1, 2, 8, 6, $1,199. That's a good start. Quinella 1 and 2, $45.40. And the trifecta, the first one of the night, 1, 2, 8, $240.60. Revere, Massachusetts, our next stop. Wonderland coming up next, and the snow is falling. It's a winter wonderland tonight. Let's head up to Beantown.
Racing fans across the country, welcome to Beantown, Boston, Massachusetts, and home of Wonderland Greyhound Park. The sport of greyhound racing was introduced back on June 12, 1935.
Boston has long been known as a great sports town with spectacular teams and athletes such as Bobby Orr scoring the winning goal in 1970, Larry Bird in the Boston Celtics championship years, and of course the last 400 hitter, Ted Williams of the Boston Red Sox. Wonderland has been the home of the sport of greyhound racing's brightest stars since its inception through the advent of premier stake races.
In 1939, the track record holder, Rural Rule. The only 2 greyhounds to win the Wonderland Derby back-to-back were Canadian Pacific and Prince Proper. These champions on the field can become your loving champions at home.
Fellas, race 1's in the books. Wonderland's coming up next, and it is snowing in Boston. So what's that going to do to this race?
Maybe we learned something from the first race. The basic elements, early speed, post position, and class. And how about that? Numbers 1, 2, and 8 were the top 3 finishers in the first race. We'll see if that carries over here in the second race. If that happens, it'll be a big surprise because the Greyhounds in the 1 and 8 box have not raced at Wonderland. That'll make it very interesting.
Yeah, this is really a fascinating race. It's a sprint invitational. That means some greyhounds from some other tracks are coming in to battle the locals, the invaders against the homestanders. It's almost time to go out to Wonderland Park. The box loading process is starting, and we're going now to Wonderland and race number 2 on the Night of Stars.
There goes Swifty. And they're off. That's the 4 from the middle. 6 rushes on the outside. 1's on the rail. Back to 3, 8, 5, and 2. That's the 6, Gray's Full Moon with the lead up the backstretch. The 1 out back, Jim is in second. In the middle, the 3, Deslant on the outside. The 5, TM's Merry Pace. Around the far turn, the 6, Gray's Full Moon, the leader. The 1 out back, Jim is in second. Down the stretch they come, and it's appropriate that it's the full moon on the Night of Stars at 6-1-5-2.
Gray's Full Moon, what a tremendous rush early on the outside. We're ready to go to the replay, and Kenny, let's watch Deslant, especially the favorite, see what happens here to the 3.
I'll tell you what, actually, the 6 breaks very, very sharp. The 3 had some room. The 2 didn't break well at all. The 4 up there early, Patsy Roadster, then dropped back. The big race, though, is run here by the 1, Outback Jim, who gets around second and holds second around the track. Now, you see Gray's Full Moon here on the lead. Looks really sharp. Deslant's got room to run there. The 5 is up there. It's 6-1 into the far turn, but Gray's Full Moon shows the ability with the lead. A very well-bred greyhound out of Fortress, and Gray's Juliana, very successful breeding there. Gray's Full Moon brings home the victory. The 1 is second. The 5 is third. Who ran 4th?
Gray's Full Moon, the 6th, the winner, 880, 480, 420. Outback Jim, the 1, 460 and 320. Your 5, TM's Merry Pace at 520. The $175 exchange for the first race, $175.60. Your super, 6152, $2,553.60. So we've had 2 really hefty superfectas so far. Daily double tonight, 1 and 6. Okie Kale and Gray's Full Moon, 67-20. We're going to go next from the wintry weather of Wonderland down to the warm breezes of Palm Beach. It's time to go down south to the Sunshine State. Let's check in with Palm Beach.
We take pride in our services and commitment to all racing fans while offering a complete entertainment experience that combines wagering, sports, and dining in a pleasant, comfortable, and clean atmosphere. For 66 years, the Palm Beach Kennel Club has provided quality greyhound racing with winning and excitement. Even while the tradition carries on, the Kennel Club continues to add new features such as a full schedule of super simulcast action, the new poker room, and a full year of special and stake events.
Race 3 Palm Beach coming up next here on the Greyhound Night of Stars. Fellas, we're going to go from the wintry conditions here up north down to Florida. Palm Beach, it's a Grade S contest and a couple of real luminary performers in this one.
Well, I'll tell you, ML Dusty Trail is a greyhound I really do like. She was up there at Wonderland, did fairly well, ran into a little bit of bad luck during the semifinals of the Grady Sprint. But ML Dusty Trail last year tied Patsy Rendezvous's win record. And instead of breaking the record, the Winning Connections decided to go to Wonderland in the Grady. They bypassed the chance of the record. That's something even Cal Ripken might have a little respect for, huh?
Jeff Prince, if you're listening in, take us away at Palm Beach. Let's load the box and run race 3 on the Greyhound Night of Stars as the action from coast to coast on Greyhound Racing's biggest night continues.
And they're off for the Night of Stars feature. That's 4 breaking on top, 8 moving up mid-track, 2 on the inside, 5, 7 getting ground on the outside, 1 on the inside, 3 and 6. Around the first turn they go. It's Taffy Crutch with the lead. Hey, Sitka racing second, 5 moving up on the inside, 8, 6, 1, 7 and 3. Heading into that final turn is Taffy Crutch with the advantage. Ryan Snade racing second, 8 on the outside, 6 on the inside, 4 and 1. In the sprint for home, it's ML Taffy Crutch in front. Your Night of Stars winner.
Well, we've had a lot of chalk so far, so perhaps it's a good thing that we finally had a long shot, fellas. ML Taffy Crunch, who we previewed here on the highlight package, she steals the front and pretty impressive.
You saw early speed be a real big factor here on the replay. Watch this. Before broke the best. Hayes Sitko, their fall preview champion. The 2 on the inside, though, ML Taffy Crunch takes advantage here. 8 and 7 get wide. The 5, Ryan's Nate, lays well on the rail. This is the only thing I got right in this race. The Greyhound ran on the money.
Well, ML Dusty Trail just really lost any chance at the break. But you know the funny thing is, Kenny, ML Dusty Trail, as they broke, a little bit of crowding, but then had some racing room. Didn't aggressively rush. And of course, Patsy Wag just come up empty as well.
Number 2, ML Taffy Crunch, the first big long shot of the night, $19.20, $8.340. Second, number 5, Ryan's Nate, paying $20.80 and $11.20, some nice prices there. Along came Simba, number 6, was your third place finisher at $6. 2-5 Quinella, look at that, $155.60. The twin try, the early twin try, 2 all. Check your tickets if you have the 2 on top. That's good enough on the back half, $1,410.30. The Superfecta 2-5-6-1, the first big bomb of the night, $14,192.60. And the trifecta numbers were 2, 5, and 6. Another good payoff. All 3 tries have been productive. $2,039 even. Palm Beach producing some big prices. Our first long shot winner. And let's go to the presentation. The Hooters girls are on hand, along with all the folks at Palm Beach. And ML Taffy Crunch, her 18th win of the season in this winner's circle at Palm Beach, and a lot of happy folks down there. Anyway, we're going to go right to Jacksonville, the post parade. The Greyhounds are lined up and ready to rumble. Now, once again, Kenny, and review who's your pick here on your home track.
Well, I've got to come through here at home. We're 0 for 1 at Florida. My choice is the 2 High Stepper Mo. You get a bit of a price with him. He excels from the inside. He's won over 50% of his races with inside post positions. Keen with the 1 Dixie Vale, favorite box. The 5 Mo's Benevolent will show the most early speed, and the 6 Casey Iron Ore always tries hard.
Very simply, if Sparrow cuts the turn, he may be the winner.
All right, we've heard from the experts. We've got everything in place. Time to go to Jacksonville. Orange Park Kennel Club is the scene. It's time for race number 4, the beginning of the $1 million Pick 8. Good luck.
And
they're off. The veteran Leo's Midas breaks the box. Well, here comes the 5, Moe's Benevolent. Dixie Vale, the one out there, 2, 7, 4, 6. And 8, they drive to the turn. It's the 3, Leo's Midas with the lead. There's 5, 2 on the inside, and 1 blasting down the back with the 3, Leo's Midas with the lead. The 5, Moe's Benevolent out there. There's 2, High Stepper Mo, Dixie Vale in the 1 coat. Here comes 6 fast around the far turn they go. It is the 3, Leo's Midas, 5, 2, 6 trying to bust through. There's 1 out of the turn they come. 3, Leo's Midas. Here comes 6, 8 very fast. It'll be 3, Leo's Midas.
Boy, this is something to see. You got to understand, we've had so many Greyhounds in the 60 years of Jacksonville racing, a number of wins by a lot of Greyhounds, but tonight Leo's Midas becomes the winningest Greyhound ever on the Jacksonville circuit with 92 wins. You got to understand, guys, he's 4 3/4 years old. There's no other Greyhound 3.5 years or older in this race. Right to the front, the classic style of winning. Mo's Benevolent, wasn't surprised with the speed. High Stepper Mo let me down a little bit. Dixie Vale hung in there, but watch this big move by the 8 Rapido Tammy. Boy, she can make up ground. She was ready to run tonight. Comes flying down the stretch. Casey Iron Ore desperately trying to hold on to second, but Rapido Tammy gets up for the place honors.
Prices are coming up now. The 3, Leo's Midas, $14.40, $7.80 to place, $3.80 to show. Your 8, Rapido Tammy did get second, $7.60 and $3.60. KC Iron Ore, $3.40 to show. High Stepper Mo fills out your superfecta, $3.862. That's super. Once again, more good payoffs, $2,877.80. Kenny, maybe the trifecta, a little surprising. Leo's Midas, $3.86, $478.20. A lot of folks got in on the winning action there. And your Quinella, 3 and 8, $58.20. Leo's Midas takes it away. All right, Jacksonville is a wrap, and now it's time to go a little further south in Florida. Vibrant, diverse Miami, the cradle of American Greyhound tracks over the years, is up next. Fabulous Flagler is our destination. Let's head way south to Miami.
Flagler Dog Track Sports and Entertainment Center, the nonstop gaming center of South Florida. Hi, I'm Jeff DeForest, host every week of the Flagler Sports Forum on Sports Channel. For over a half a century, Flagler, of course, has been the signature track in Greyhound racing. With such great annual races as the International Classic, Heck Marathon, Penner Super Marathon, and many, many more. Open every day, Flagler features live Greyhound racing June 1st through November 30th and full card simulcasting throughout the year. I invite you to visit Miami's own Flagler Dog Track, and we're very happy to have you with us here tonight for a terrific evening of racing.
All right, fellas, enough analysis. We got to give a pick here. We're down about 30 seconds. Kenny, who is it?
Okay, I like the 2 in this race. Drywall Tina, I'm going to agree with Frankie's going to pick her as well. 2 with 4, 5, and 8. How about a trifecta split? 2, 5, 2, 5 with 1, 4, 6, 8. 2, 5 with 1, 4, 6, 8 with 2, 5. It's a favorite bet of mine, $16.
Frank, what's your play here?
I'll go half with him.
All right, sounds good to me. Drywall Tina looks like the favorite. Okie Jacqueline, of course, trying to defend her Tom Benner title that she won. We'll see what happens as we go to 9/16 racing at Flagler. Sit back, relax for a long time because this is a long one. The Super Marathon feature on tonight's card. Fabulous Flagler, the destination. Let's go to Miami.
And they're off. On the break, the 6. Where you're there gets out with a quick early foot. The 4. Okie Dutch is rushing up with the 8. Gonna get the glory. Back to the 2, 8. 1, 5, 7, and the 3. They're in the backstretch. The 6, Where You There, has the early speed in the backstretch. Being chased by the 4, Okie Dutch. 1's on the rail. The 8, Gonna Get the Glory, is on the outside. They're going to the far turn for the first time. The 6, Where You There, has got a big lead on the 4, Okie Dutch. Further back to the 1, I Most Certainly Am. Further back to the 8, Gonna Get the Glory. They're going into the backstretch. Where You There has the big lead, but the 1 is starting to turn it on. That's I Most Certainly Am. Further back to the 8. Here comes the 3, TMC's Squeeze. They're going to the far turn. The 6's lead has faded. The 1 has gone to the inside. T-Max Squeeze is on the go on the outside. Here they come down the stretch. T-Max Squeeze, 3-1. Close for the rest between 8-6.
I had her crossed off, as a matter of fact. I'll admit that. She did make the final, but she ran 7th in the championship race. She won a qualifying round race. A big surprise, in my opinion. Here's a replay of the race. The 6 showed the most early speed. Were You There? But we're going to watch something that happens here at the far turn the first time around. It's hard to believe in a 9/16 mile race that there could be trouble, but Frank, take it away.
Well, this 8, Gotta Get the Glory, just sits outside of the 2, and now she lets the 1 get up inside her, and now this 2 has no shot. Right there, she's pinched back, blocked off, no shot. All revved up, but nowhere to run when you got a couple greyhounds right in front of you, and that was the case. And of course, that was the first trouble, and we figured that she had to be close or had to have a good run. At that point, we had a feeling that we knew she was out of it. And now the 5, the heavy favorite here, also jammed up there at that turn as well, and the 5 really has nowhere to go. There's the 5 right there with the backside, in between the wall of the greyhounds right there, and at this point you could see the 6, the stride is starting to shorten. This greyhound, the tank is on E, and the 1 comes up on the inside, but the 3 found overdrive.
I can't wait to see what this superfecta pays, because the 5 and 2 are nowhere to be seen.
There you go, 9
There
grand.
it is. Look at the 3, T-Max Squeeze, $43.60 to win. $27.40 to place, $14.80 on the show. That's a pretty decent across the board, you guys. The one I most certainly am, a game try, settles for second at $10.40 and $8. The 8 third, Gotta Get the Glory at $7. Your Quinella 1-3 paid $112.20. First half of the early Tri Super, the first half 318, you get back $568. You also get an exchange, so get that into the windows as quick as you can. We're looking now live at the presentation area. Time to go to our next destination now, and we've got, I believe, Vera Filippelli standing by down there to give us the rundown of what's happening on the Treasure Coast. Vera, in the home of the Bucks, take it away down in Tampa Bay.
Thanks, Kip. As you know, Greyhound racing has been a large part of what is known as the Tampa Bay community for well over 70 years. Tampa Greyhound is an integral component of this area's racing history, and we'd like to give you a look at Tampa Bay and a preview of tonight's race.
When most people think of Tampa, they picture its position near the Gulf of Mexico with the sand, surf, and sunny weather that have made this area such a popular tourist destination. But there's much more to Tampa than that. Tampa Bay is home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers football team, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and the New York Yankees spring training. Hockey fans cheer on the Lightning at the new Ice Palace, but Greyhound racing fans have been flocking to the Tampa Greyhound track for championship Greyhound racing since 1933. Every year we run more than 3,000 races, entertain more than 500,000 fans, and give away some $100 million in winnings. Welcome to the Night of Stars from beautiful Tampa Bay.
Another track that's basically known for early speed, fellas. Once again, they've had a lot of moisture there. Is it going to alter the race any?
Well, knack for running. Talk about early speed. This Greyhound is dominated by early speed, and I think this Greyhound really should open up 3 or 4. Question is, will he have enough gas in the tank to go all the way? I'm hoping to get the 6 clear, and also watch out for a late closer. Right now, he's at 3-1. That's number 5, Sudden Win. So there would be no upset if that Greyhound closed as strong as he does and got up for the win himself. But still, 2's the favorite right now. It's 6-5. Knack for running, still leaning towards the 6. Settled down to 4-1, but still good value at this point.
Post time at Tampa is upon us. The Greyhounds are starting to go into the starting box, so it's time to go down to Florida's West Coast. Tampa Greyhound track, stop number 6.
And they're off and running. At the break, number 8 leads first, followed by the 4-7-2, 3 on the rail, 1 and 6-5. Going through the clubhouse turn and thundering into the backstretch. It's number 8 by 2, then 2's right behind him, followed by the 5 and the 3, 4, 6, 7, and 1. As they go into the final turn, 8 holds on to 2 lengths. 2's moving up now. 5's coming around on the outside, followed by the 7 and the 6. As they come into the stretch, trying to get out all the way down to the finish line. Number 8, 5 and 2.
They ignored her, and she came back to haunt them, didn't they, Kenny?
Well, when we watch the replay, you're going to see something that happens here at the break. The 2 did not break well. The 7 broke well. Now watch the pinch here in the middle. The outside benefit for the 8, Ellen Ann. She's the one that builds the big lead, not Knack for running, who gets around in second place. The 5, Sudden Wind's lane very well here in third. We were talking as the race was going on live. Maybe Sudden Wind was going to pick up a victory here, but the 8, Ellen Ann, shows class and speed here. The 2 tries to hang around. The 5, Sudden Wind, comes on. Now you're going to watch the 6, American Swift, kick to the outside. That one will end up running 4th. So the 5 and the 6 both hit the board. The 2 is there, but the 8 wins, and that makes it a loss.
And let's go right to the price slate on the Tampa contest. Race number 6, the winner, Ellen Ann, number 8 out of the Lester Raines kennel, $22.20. And once again, Kenny, that was a big surprise to me. $14.40 to place, $5.60 to show. Sudden Wind closed for second, $4.80 and $3.20. The 2, Knack for running, was third, coming up at $2.80. The Tri-Super, the early Tri-Super. If you have the 8 on top, second time tonight, all you have to have is the winner. 8, all, $8,094.40. That's not bad. You only had to have the winner in the back half, and it was Ellen Ann. We're going to run right now to the Lone Star State of Texas and mosey on down for our next event, Race 7, Corpus Christi. Let's go to the track description for Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi Greyhound Racetrack is proud to be a part of Greyhound Racing's biggest night ever, the $1 million Greyhound Night of Stars. Corpus Christi is a recent addition to the lineup of top tracks around the country that broadcast their races live via satellite. Corpus Christi features 13 races every Wednesday through Saturday night, with the first race at 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central. There are 12 races every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon, starting at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. Corpus Christi Greyhound Racetrack is celebrating its 7th anniversary this weekend. Since 1990, Corpus Christi has combined all the excitement of greyhound racing with a first-class facility. So next time you're in Texas, come visit us in Corpus Christi. For more information, write to Corpus Christi Greyhound Racetrack, Box 9087, Corpus Christi, Texas, 78469. Or call us toll-free, 1-800-580-RACE. And now back to the $1 million Greyhound Night of Stars.
Fellas, it looks to me like in this Corpus Christi race with the dominant dog in SP's Allure, you might want to take a look at putting underneath River Jeep, the 3. Look at the seconds, thirds, and fourths. 15 seconds, 12 thirds, 13 fourths. That's a lot of times underneath the winner on the board. Looks to me like the 2 with the 3 all, and in the other positions is the way to play this one.
Well, you have to respect some of the speed on the outside, see what you can do with that. The reason why the 2 is such a heavy favorite, take a look to her right. The 3-4 just do not break. This 2 can stumble out of the box and still be in position through that first turn. We're looking at our first heavy favorite, currently right now at 2-5 odds.
All right, can SP's Allure get it done? The first really powerful favorite on the card tonight. She's in the 2 box against a field of would-be contenders. We'll find out. Will it be the favorite? Will it be a long shot? Let's go to Texas, Corpus Christi Greyhound Track, Race 7 on the Night of Stars, up next.
And they're off out of the starting box, and here they come down in front of the grandstand. We've got number 5 getting ahead. Number 5 with 1. It'll be 5 through the first turn. Around they go. Number 5 and 1. Number 5 leads them around as they head on down the backstretch. We've got number 5, 2 and 1. It's 4, 6, 8, 3, and 7. Number 5 going through the final turn out in front. 5, 2, and 1. Here we go now. As we hit the grandstand again and down to the wire. Number 2 making a dash. It's 2, 5, 1. It's close at the wire. Please hold on to your tickets until the results are official.
Well, maybe that wasn't the way we thought she'd do it, but a win is a win is a win. She comes from behind. The 2, SP's Allure, not disappointing anybody. Kenny, she kind of missed her break, but still just so much superiority in terms of her ability. 23 wins, and there's the replay.
I moan here at the break when she doesn't really get out well, but the 5 spurted out to the lead, M&S Janney's boy. The 1, now watch the underneath benefit here too, is the 1 swung out wide, the 2 goes to the inside. But the interesting thing here, turning for home, when we're watching the race live, we see the 2 coming to the 5. Right, which route does she take? Does the Greyhound go to the inside? Does she go to the outside? She shows inside comments. Watch this, an outside move, Frank.
Yeah, and what was interesting, Kenny, heading into that first turn, you know, you mentioned it was a benefit. I'm not so sure it was a benefit. I think that this Greyhound saw that opening and really went for it. She made a good decision at the clubhouse turn. Now we're taking a look at the far turn as they round the turn and they're heading to the top right here. Do I want to go inside? Do I want to go outside? And at first, we may have thought this might cost her, but then turning for home opens up with each and every stride. Say goodnight. Put this field to sleep at the wire.
Number 2, SP's Allure, was the winner for the S&P Kennel, paying $320, $280, and $240. It'll be a very popular second-place finisher. Number 1, Strong Brian, $340, $320. The 5 was third. MN's Janney's Boy from the Gable Kennel, 215 the official result. 1-2 Quinella, 720. First half of the, first half of the late twin try, we've got 215. That's 1940. That's a pretty low exchange, so there'll be a lot of them. Get them in quick before the running of this 8th race. And the Superfecta, 2156. No big surprise here, fellas, $202.60. A real chalky situation. As I said, orders restored in terms of foreign players. We're going to roll on ahead to the heart of Dixie, the Deep South, and zip on down to Birmingham, Alabama.
we got to go to Kip. This is his home track. He's putting the pressure on us. Kip, we're going to throw it to you. You're on the spotlight right now. This is your home turf.
All right, Frank. I'll tell you what, this race has all the elements. It's got the biggest star in the race, who's Rich Boy, the biggest dog at the track with 43 wins. It has Kaido River and Abishag, 2 great early speedsters. It has the 2 favorites from our juvenile stakes, Patsy Brazen and Gotta Be Quick in the 2 and 3, and NB Glen in the 8. Got a lot of great dogs in it. I'm telling you, I'm picking the big upset, the 3, Gotta Be Quick, to benefit in the first turn. I'm going to go way out on a limb and pick that. Fellas, your picks once again. Rich Boy for Frank. Kenny, you came up with Kaido River Anna.
I'm gonna go with Kaido River Anna, a great Quinella wheel in this race. She's at big odds. She was double digits to 1.
All right, time to go to Birmingham, the heart of Dixie. Wish I was in the land of cotton. Well, now you're there. Birmingham Racecourse, the scene of race number 8 for the Greyhound Night of Stars.
They're off on the outside. Kaido River doesn't waste anything. Rich Boy on the inside with Abishag. Far outside, NB Glen. They go to the first turn. Kaido River makes the lead. Abishag drives to the outside. NB Glen in third. Rich Boy benefits from the inside. Then it's Gotta Be Quick about 3 away. Then it's the 4, 2, and 5. Greyhounds head to the far turn. Kaido River in search of her third straight. Rich Boy in search of number 44. He's 3 from the lead with NB Glen on the outside. Abishag. They straighten away. Kaido River sees the wire. Kaido River is going to win it. Box to wire. NB Glen on the inside up for second. Rich Boy is third.
Well, the King did not come through in tonight's race. Kenny called it. He said one of the early speedsters, either Abishag or Kaido River Anna. Kenny, you're right again.
Kaido River Anna went off at big odds, and Frank liked the 8, NB Glen to get around, helped by the 7. That's the Quinella that comes in. Watch the break 7 is Dynamite. This is the key to the race, Frank, right here, early first turn.
I have to be honest with you, number 6, Rich Boy, really had no excuse. He's a good greyhound. He ducked underneath trouble, and here he just backs off when he should have aggressively pursued the leader, while the 8 hung in there for a piece. But I also thought the 8, maybe the 1 bothered him just a little bit at that turn, might have been closer. And now we think the 6 should be picking him up, laying him down, but the 7 has a second gear, and believe it or not, she hangs on in the stretch. No one even close to her.
Let's look at the prices real quick. The 7 Kaido River Anna, $19.60, $7.80, and $4.20. NB Glen does get second. The 8 at $6 and $3.60. Rich Boy, $2.80, has to settle for third tonight. 7-8 Quinella, $43. 7-8-6 Trifecta paid $269.80. The late twin try up here, $3,581 if you've got 7, 8, and 6. Not a bad payday. And on the Superfecta, the 7-8-6-2, very generous, $1,383. And if you listen to my guys before the race, they told you that the 7-8 had a big chance. We're going to go to Southland next, right up the Mississippi River in beautiful West Memphis, Arkansas, right across the river from downtown Memphis. Let's stop in now at Southland Greyhound Park, one of the crown jewels in the greyhound racing world.
From the word go, these young gems have one thing on their minds. Breaking out of the starting box at Southland Greyhound Park, the Mid-South's action attraction.
The action attraction. Southland Greyhound Park. The Greyhounds are getting ready to run. The thoroughbred simulcasts are nothing but fun. The starting gate is open, it's winning time. There's action all the way to the finish line. The action attraction. The Southland Greyhound Park.
Ready to outrage, 11 wins and 13 starts. What an amazing start to a career it is. Now we'll find out if the Greyhound can keep it going. Pease Bracco in post number 1 is a Greyhound I like. Give 2 in a good spot here. 2 Quinellas in his last 2 starts. Kaido River Farah may have some trouble here from the outside. I'm going to lay it down right here. 2 Quinellas to play. 3 with 1 and 2.
Oh, there's a shocker with the 3. This 3 is just a monster greyhound, Kenny. We're looking at him now. He's 2 to 5. We're looking at some of the Quinellas. Decent on the 2, on the 3-2 Quinella. Not bad, but we're looking at the outside at the 7 Kaido River Fair out of the FMC kennel, looking for 2 races in a row. Of course, they won the previous race. That streak ends right here. This greyhound looks like he may need the lead. I'm not sure he's going to get it against Ready to Outrage. I have to go with him too. It's a chalk, but have to jump on him.
All right, fellas, the Southland race, as competitive a race we have on the card tonight. We'll see if this pup is for real. He's won 11 out of 13. He goes for number 12 here, and he wins by big margins. Can he handle this outstanding field on the Night of Stars, or will it be the old gal? Kaido River Farah, the all-time wins leader. Let's go to Southland. The load is underway. It's post time.
And they're off. And the young Super Pup, ready to outrage, jumps to the front. There's Kaido River Farah in second. In third on the rail is Pease Brocco. As they go round the first turn, this is no surprise. That's ready to outrage out in front. Kaido River Farah, the all-time win leader, is a distant second, about 4 off the pace. One is in third, Pease Brocco. Then it's a gap of about 5 lengths to fourth. Royal Duke and the rest as they enter the stretch to head for home. This one's wrapped up. It's ready to outrage the young Super Pup, looking strong at the wire. 3, 1, and 7.
You know, last year at Colorado at Mile High, and I know we got a lot of viewers watching out there, a dog named Molotov broke in, and unfortunately, he was injured early in his career. This may be the most exciting youngster who blast onto the racing scene since him, Kenny. He just dominated again tonight.
An impressive effort, an easy victory, and Frank, you can jump on the bandwagon right now. Ready to outrage is outrageous. Interesting at the first turn. Again, the 7, Kaido River Farah, gets around in good shape. The 1 goes off the back legs and looks like the 7 may be able to steal second place here, but Pease Brocco ran a nice race to get there for second place.
Well, Kenny, you were sweating it to get that Quinella, but get it, you did indeed, and of course the 3 was an obvious choice, but no, it makes it more impressive, Kenny, that the 3 broke, so did the 7. He had a clear shot. This 3 just simply outran this field cold.
We've got the prices up, I understand. We're going to have 3-1-7 for the official results. Ready to outrage first, Pease Brocco second, and Kaido River Farah. The 3 pays $4, $3.40, and $2.40. The 1, Pease Brocco at $5.20 and $3.20. The 7, Kaido River Farah, comes home at $2.40. The Quinella 1 and 3, $10.40, a popular combination. The $2 first half late try super, 3, 1, and 7, $21.60. And your superfecta numbers, not bad, 3175, $340.80. Time to move back up north now. We've been kind of, sunning and funning down south. It's time to move back up to America's Dairyland, and that's the home of cheese and Green Bay Packers, and a lot of good things happening in Wisconsin right now. Dairyland Park is amongst them. Let's go up to Dairyland and preview the upcoming event there.
Greyhound Park is conveniently located between Milwaukee and Chicago, just off Interstate 94 in Kenosha, Wisconsin, 10 minutes north of the Wisconsin-Illinois border. The license to build Dairyland was awarded in 1989, 2 years after voters backed a referendum to remove the state's constitutional prohibition on parimutuel wagering. As the third of 5 parimutuel tracks to open in the state, the opening day crowd on June 20th, 1990, established a Wisconsin wagering record for racetrack openings. Dairyland is a state-of-the-art 200,000 square foot racing facility on 243 acres. Since its inaugural season, 5 Dairyland Greyhounds have been voted to the AGTOA's coveted All-American team. In 1991, Dickey Valley became the first Greyhound based at Dairyland to make the final of the Greyhound Race of Champions. The following year, Dickey Valley brought home the national championship trophy by winning the $200,000 championship final. In 1993, Dairyland gained more national recognition by being the first and only Midwest track to host the Race of Champions. Dairyland's adoption program is one of the country's most successful adoption agencies. In 1996, Dairyland adopted out over 300 retired athletes into private homes, and since its opening, has placed close to 2,000 adoptions. Housed in the kennel compound, the Dairyland Adoption Office is staffed with 3 full-time employees. An adoption and visitation area is centrally located on the main floor of Dairyland's grandstand. The Dairyland Adoption Program is fully funded by Dairyland Greyhound Park.
I saw the snowflakes at Dairyland. They were coming down pretty hard.
Flashbacks from race 1 and race 2 when we went out to New England.
Well, we're back in Wisconsin now. Of course, that's got to be an everyday event at this track. Probably not a big factor, eh?
No, I don't think so. Greyhounds are used to it. They've been out here for a while. The track maintenance, they're used to it. They have that lower moving well, and the track condition is certainly good. And these winter tracks, they have heaters underneath, so they really are prepped well. And the Greyhounds have run through the winter, so that's not going to be a problem.
Okay, the Dairyland field is set. Genuine Genius, the 31 race winner, trying to overcome the field here in race number 10 at Dairyland. The experts have weighed in with their picks, both from Wisconsin and here in New York. And bundle up, everybody. It's time to go back up north. The most impressive thing about the Dairyland Post Parade, the Hooters girls were in their regular uniforms. A little cold? No big deal. Time to go to Dairyland. Post time for race number 10. Greyhounds going in the box. Enjoy our next event.
Here comes Barney, and they're off at 2 on the break. SEK Debit with the early lead. 4 second, that's C-Bar Joe. 7 up on the outside, BWB Edge of Night with a 8-1-6. 3, then 5 round the turn. SEK Debit 2 with that top. 7 running a second, BWB Edge of Night. 8 gaining on the outside, Bob Bagley. Here comes 5 driving out there, 2. That's Genuine Genius. Then a 7, 3, 4, 6, then 1. SEK Debit 2 still with the top around the turn. Here comes Genuine Genius. 5, we're going to make it a finish on the outside. 8 moving a third, Bob Bagley with a 3, Gloria Dapper at the wire. Genuine Genius.
Well, I don't think anybody's run a bigger race tonight than Genuine Genius. We gave her up for dead at the break, didn't we, guys? I mean,
and you know something? We got our wish. She didn't break. She dropped back. She was actually last, heading out of the box and first time around. And number 2, Sec Debit, had everything going his way. Here you go. Pops the balk, gets the lead, gets the reel, has everything his way. And the 5 is missing in action at this first turn, Ken.
Circles to the outside, a little jamming, but she runs hard from here. The 2 on the lead I thought was gone. The 8 gets around Bob Bagley in good shape, my upset choice, but look at this 5, Genuine Genius. This is the flying train in the Greyhound coming out right here, training at home for the victory. 2 desperately trying to hold on. Look at the 5, 3 sneaking in there late. It's a 5, 2, 3, 8. That's your second half try super.
Prices are up now. Genuine Genius with that victory number 5, 540, 340, 240 across the board. Sec Debit number 2 at $5.20 and $3 for the place. Gloria Dapper, the 3 at $3 for the show. Your Quinell at 2.5, $10.40. So the chalk players are really grinning now. They're starting to get them back in with regularity. The trifecta was 5.23. That paid $85.80. The Tri-Super, the late Tri-Super is in. 5.238, another big payoff. You can't complain about the payoffs tonight. We've had some good ones. $6,743.10. And your Superfecta, 5, 2, 3, and 8, $810.60. We have one more stop on our national tour tonight, and this time we're going to go out to the desert in Phoenix, Arizona, one of the most beautiful Greyhound tracks in the country. PGP, Phoenix Greyhound Park, take it away.
Welcome to Phoenix Greyhound Park, located in the beautiful desert city of Phoenix, Arizona. We're proud to be a host track for the $1 million Greyhound Night of Stars. Phoenix, Arizona is an oasis situated in the southwestern Sonora Desert. With beautiful weather year-round, we offer outstanding racing throughout the year from a state-of-the-art, temperature-controlled facility. Our grandstand offers a relaxed casual feel with spacious seating areas, outdoor patios, and a trackside cafe. The clubhouse provides a more luxurious setting in which to watch the action. Our dining room has tremendous views of the valley and surrounding mountains. Tiered seating ensures that every dining table has a full view of the racetrack, each with a color television monitor. The menu is diverse, including prime rib, seafood, and more casual dishes to accommodate every taste.
Again, I like early speed. Doesn't matter what part of the country you're in.
Well, you know we got a pretty good card when number 5, Don't Wait For Me, is won 27 out of 54. That's 50%. And doesn't even get a mention from our panel. So pretty tough race indeed. But Wigwam Hoss, you might have seen in the Phoenix highlights package that led up to the race. He's the real deal. He looks very strong indeed. He's won 31 out of 45. And it doesn't get much better than that. Santan Diamond may become flying late. We could have the real matchup of the 2 superstars. Or will the last race end up being a long shot? It's going to be interesting to see. The final leg of the Pick 8, if anybody's alive on that, we all sincerely wish you the very best of luck. This could be the most exciting race of your life. We're going to find out in just a moment. Let's go out amongst the cactus and the desert sand, the nighttime skies over Phoenix, Arizona. The last race on the Night of Stars, Phoenix, coming up right now.
And they're off, and Wigwam Hoss comes out flying on the outside. There goes Cowater Montel alongside. WD's Fontana now showing some speed. The race around the turn into the backstretch. Wigwam Hoss has got the lead. WD's Fontana now going to apply pressure on the outside. Cowater Montel third. The race into the final turn. Wigwam Hoss on a good lead. WD's Fontana goes along in second. Cowater Montel third as they head for home. And even if they sprouted wings, they wouldn't catch Wigwam Hoss tonight. He's oh so impressive.
Wigwam Haas proves that he is indeed the man, fellas. No big surprise there. Maybe the surprise was Santan Diamond never really fired.
Well, I'll tell you what, Wigwam Haas really broke the box well. The number 7 post position doesn't matter if you break first. And this Greyhound rushed down there hard. Watch the break. 7's first one out. The one, as we know, is not going to be a factor early. 2 gets himself in good position. The 6 is up there, but right here, Wigwam Haas. I want to see the time on this Greyhound. I think this is an awesome effort.
Well, still, there's no surprise at this point. We figured the one to be coming off the pace here. Here's where the one runs himself into trouble here at the far turn. You can see he gets caught up right on the outside of that pack. Where the 3 comes out just a little bit, that slows the 1 down. Otherwise, may have been closer to a Quinella or trifecta bet. 7's an easy winner. Like to see that time as well.
There's the news everybody wants to see, everybody. The National Pick 8, the first one in our history. 3, 3, 8, 2, 7, 3, 5, 7. Guess what, everybody? 8 of 8, 1 national winner. $1 million goes to 1 winner nationally. We've got 1 winner. We don't know the location yet. We'll have that in press release form in the next couple of days, I'm sure. But congratulations, wherever you are, whoever you are. The $1 million winner is in the bank tonight here on the Greyhound Night of Stars. And what better way to top things off, you guys?
That's incredible. One winner, $1 million. You can send a little check to us if you can spare some money, which I'm sure they can. And this is what the night was all about. All the money's wagered into one big pool. You saw some great payouts in the 6th race. There were 3 favorites that ran, and you're still taking home a $40 Quinella, a $260 trifecta. Kenny, that's what it's about. Big pools generate excitement.
Yeah, we saw a difference in the races. Actually, the races run in the snow in the first couple races, I thought ran rather well. It was those races in Florida, my home state, where some of the upsets happened to occur. The chalk came home late, 8 of 8 for $1 million.
Frank Ashman, Kenny Wright, thanks you guys so much. A tremendous job of analyzing the event. And thanks to all of you out there who watched and wagered on the event tonight. Thanks very much to our director-producer. We almost drove him crazy over the last couple days, Tom Tomzak. Great job by all the crew. Thanks to everybody involved. And a special thanks once again to you, our racing fan, that keep us all in the excitement by your support. A great night, the Greyhound Night of Stars, $1 million winner in our first ever venture on the Night of Stars. Congratulations to everybody. We'd like to thank you for tuning in. I'm Kip Kiefer. Hopefully we'll see you next time with another edition of the Greyhound Night of Stars. Good night from New York, everybody.